Welcome to CrispLib, your library of crisp insights, where every summary sparks new imagination. Today, we're exploring Essentialism, the disciplined pursuit of less by McKeown. This book is a guide to doing less, but better, in a world where we're constantly pressured to do more. McKeown teaches us to focus on what truly matters by cutting out non-essentials and embracing a simpler, more meaningful way of life. This is about reclaiming control over where we spend our time, energy, and resources so we can live intentionally and productively, rather than constantly feeling busy but unfulfilled. Let's start by looking at what essentialism really means. McKeown defines essentialism as the disciplined pursuit of less but better. This isn't about just doing less for the sake of it, it's about choosing to focus only on what truly matters. In a world where we're all bombarded with opportunities, requests, and distractions, it's easy to feel stretched too thin, running in multiple directions without making real progress. Essentialism teaches us to identify what is essential to our goals and values and to let go of everything that doesn't contribute meaningfully to those areas. One of the first lessons McKeown shares is the importance of saying no. Many of us feel obligated to say yes to everything, whether it's at work, with friends, or in our personal lives. But McKeown argues that every yes is also a no to something else, usually something that might matter more to us in the long run. By learning to say no thoughtfully and respectfully, we're actually creating space to pursue the things that bring us joy and fulfillment. McKeown suggests pausing before committing to anything and asking ourselves, is this the most important thing I could be doing right now? This simple shift in mindset can prevent us from filling our lives with unimportant tasks and obligations. A key practice in essentialism is the ability to focus deeply on one thing at a time. McKeown explains that when we try to multitask, we often do a poor job at everything rather than excelling at one thing. By concentrating all our efforts on a single priority, we're able to make meaningful progress and produce high-quality work. He encourages us to create blocks of uninterrupted time, setting aside distractions to allow for focused work. This means turning off notifications, setting boundaries with others, and giving our full attention to the task at hand. By cultivating deep focus, we get more done in less time and with greater satisfaction. Another important idea is the concept of trade-offs. McKeown reminds us that we can't do everything, and trying to is often what keeps us stuck and exhausted. Instead of trying to fit in every opportunity, essentialism encourages us to make tough choices about where to invest our time and energy. McKeown suggests identifying a few high-impact activities that will bring us closer to our goals and consciously letting go of everything else. By making deliberate trade-offs, we free ourselves from the pressure to be constantly busy, and we get closer to what matters most to us. McKeown also introduces the concept of protecting the asset, which is essentially about taking care of yourself. In a culture that values hustle and productivity, we often sacrifice sleep, exercise, and relaxation to keep up with our to-do lists. However, McKeown argues that self-care is essential if we want to do our best work. When we're well-rested and energized, we're more creative, resilient, and able to handle challenges effectively. He encourages us to prioritize our own well-being as a foundation for achieving our goals, rather than an afterthought. This means scheduling time for rest, reflection, and activities that rejuvenate us. The process of essentialism also involves regular reflection and evaluation. McKeown suggests that we take time to review our lives periodically and ask ourselves if we're still on track with what we consider essential. This is a powerful way to ensure we're staying aligned with our values and not drifting into habits that don't serve us. By making it a habit to reassess our commitments and goals, we're able to adjust our focus and avoid becoming overwhelmed. It's about staying on a path that feels meaningful and rewarding, rather than constantly reacting to whatever comes our way. McKeown highlights the idea of the effortless state, which is about finding ways to make essential tasks easier and more enjoyable. He suggests looking for ways to simplify, streamline, and remove obstacles from our work and life. This might mean delegating certain tasks, setting up efficient systems, or approaching challenges with a sense of curiosity rather than dread. By aiming to make essential tasks feel more natural, we increase the chances of sticking with them and doing our best work. This approach helps us work with less stress and more flow, making it easier to stay committed to what matters. In essence, essentialism isn't just about cutting down on tasks or doing less. It's about making space for what truly matters so that we can lead more meaningful and fulfilling lives. McKeown believes that by focusing on fewer but more impactful goals, we're able to bring our best selves to our work and relationships, achieving greater satisfaction and success. This book teaches us that life is not a race to check off every box, but a journey to discover what's most meaningful to us and to live accordingly. In summary, essentialism is about letting go of distractions, embracing purposeful choices, and focusing deeply on what matters. It's about living a life that's not defined by busyness but by impact and fulfillment. By learning to say no, practicing focus, making wise trade-offs, taking care of ourselves, and staying aligned with our values, we can create a life of intention where we're not just surviving but truly thriving. If these insights have inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to CrispLib for more meaningful book summaries. Thank you for joining, and here's to a life that's not just full, but full of purpose and clarity.